In this video we are going to be going through how to set up a virtual machine on Azure, and then we are going to set up our public and private keys on our local machine, and then we're going to look at how we can SSH from our local machine to our server, which would be the virtual machine that we're going to create. So in this video we're just going to be walking through that. As you can see here, I already have a virtual machine, but we're not going to be using the one I've already created. We'll pick this thing up from the bottom, and then we'll pick it up. We'll basically grow from there. All right, so the first thing obviously you want to do is to go to Azure, portal.azure.com, go to virtual machines right here. As you follow along, I think when we get to the part where we are now SSHing into the machine, I'll walk you through this simple document that I've created. So we're going to be creating a simple weather app. By the time that you are watching this video, I would have deleted this key, so please don't try to use it. And then so we'll use open weather to be able to retrieve the weather of a particular city. Just a simple Python script. All right, so once you are here, go ahead and create a virtual machine. You can see there are two options. You can create a virtual machine with a template, and some things will be pre-configured, but in this video we're going to be starting from the scratch. Okay, so select your subscription. If you've got multiple subscriptions, you should have a list of subscriptions. In this case I've only got one subscription, so I'll go with the subscription. And then on the resource group, you will have to create a resource group, because you won't have a resource group the first time you create a virtual machine. So I already have a resource group. I'm just going to go ahead and select my resource group. I'll give it a name. Let's call it the same name here. Tutorial starter VM. Okay, and since I am in Africa, I'm going to select South Africa. That's the closest to where we are, and then you can leave the rest the way it is. You can leave this the way it is. For the image, we're going to make sure that we select this one, the 24.0, which is I think the latest. It looks like 24.0 is the latest. Alright, so we'll select that. Since that's what we've been given, you can leave this at 64. You can leave this unchecked. Then on the size, you just choose you could just choose the lowest. I'm just gonna go with the same one. I think we can go with the same one, but you can even go to choose all sizes here, select which size works for you. I'll stick to the one I've selected. Oops, looks like we have to pick it up from the top. Just made a mistake. I'm going to select Africa, and then we'll call it tat VM, right? That's tutorial VM. It's in your resource group. I think I'll just select the same resource group here. Or maybe we just use a different resource group. Then for this you can keep it there, that you can keep it there. SSH key, please make sure that you have this selected. User, just copy this and keep it somewhere safe. I'm just gonna keep it in a note. I don't have a note. No. Okay, I'll have to use sheets. Keep it in a to-do. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it in here for now. Okay, now you minimize that. Let this be the way it is. And again, keep that the way it is, and review, and let's check next. Okay, I think this looks good. It's okay, you can leave the rest the way it is. Review and create. So you just wait a few seconds for it to finish creating this machine for you. As you can see there on top, it says validation passed. You have set SSH ports open to the internet. So yeah, we're going to walk through how to close up some of these ports, but basically this should be fine for now. Let's go ahead and create. Now okay, so we are given a prompt saying an SSH key pair contains both a public key, a private key. So we're just going to download this and keep it with us. Alright, then we can return. And then if you check on your notification, you can see that it's now submitting, and then deployment in progress, and we just wait for that to finish. Right, so the status here is going to change once the deployment has finished. So yeah, I'm just gonna fast forward this part to the part where the status changes. All right, so looks like our virtual machine has been created. So let's go to the resource, and so our machine is running. You can see the status, it's running, our location is there, and everything else is there. All right, so now we are just going to start the configurations. All right, so let's go to resource, go to connect, and then click on connect, and we should be able to see native SSH. You can click on that, and then you'll be able to see this part here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to create our public and private keys from our machines, so that we can connect to our machine. All right, so I've created this document from on the GitHub. I think you should probably find the link in the description that you can use to follow along. So we'll start with this command here. Just open up your terminal, and let's paste that. Just make sure that you're using your email here. So I'll use my email. All right. Go ahead and generate, and it's going to generate. Let's say enter, and there you go. So it has generated that. Now here we can view the public key. So we can actually come here, paste that, and there we go. So we've got our public key right here. All right, so I'm gonna blur this out. I'm sorry guys. When we now come to our server, it wants access, or rather we need to give it a URL for using a Linux subsystem like Ubuntu. Copy a private key path to the Linux subsystem and ensure it has the correct. Move a private key to the Linux subsystem used to boot. Actually, I just realized something. So if we come to our terminal here and we get, so if you check this drop down, you've got a private key and a public key. So if you come to your terminal now and just say SSH root art, and we drop our IP address, which is our public IP address, you'll be greeted with a message saying do you want your fingerprint. So you just say yes, and then alright guys, so I ran into a couple errors and I just want to clarify those with you. Okay, so when you run SSH root, that is after you've checked native SSH. And if you remember at the beginning, just when we were creating our VM, we were given this PEM file. This PEM file is going to contain your private key. So this is where your private key is, and you are gonna have to locate the path, which in my case is here, and define that path here. So once that path is defined here, you're going to see an SSH command, which you can just copy from here and go to your terminal and run the command, which in my case I was running it here. Now you might run into this error here, but not to be worried. So how to fix this is you need to run you need to give it permission. So basically the permission is still being denied because downloads is not is a protected directory. So you need to enable permission for that particular file. Once you run that, then you have to run the SSH command again, and you'll be granted access to your server. All right, so now we're in the server. I hope that at this point everyone is also in the server, and the next thing for us now is going to be to load our Python. So if you want, you can copy. We're gonna have to install Git, to be able to copy this, but we can also just create a file. We'll need to install Python, and then we are going to walk through all of that together. But I think that I think let's go with Git, so that in the coming videos we can also enable GitHub Workflows and just create the whole CI/CD pipeline easily. All right, so the next thing that we are going to be doing now is to install Git. So install Git on Ubuntu. All right, so when you come down here, you'll be able to see run this command. Just come back to your terminal and run sudo apt, and then yeah, I don't know why it's saying it's unable. Oops, I don't know why it's saying it's unable to locate that. Let us run sudo -s, get into the root, and then let's run again sudo apt install git. Oh, okay, let's try to get rid of all. Oh, okay, so it looks like we already have git. Okay, so let's make a directory and we'll call it our tat VM. Okay, do ls, let's enter that directory tat VM ls, and our directory is empty. Now we'll come back to our project here and go ahead and copy that project. This is public. Just now type git clone and we'll paste our GitHub URL here, and let's see what happens. Okay, so there we go, we have cloned our project. If we do ls now, we can literally cd into tutorial underscore start IQ. Okay, so we do ls, we have our weather.python there. Now I don't know if we already have Python here, so let's just check. Type python v. All right, so it looks like we don't have Python in this machine, so let's go ahead and install Python. We'll set up the virtual machine after we install Python. You know what, let's do an upgrade first. And then update, and then we'll upgrade so that we have everything in full force. Okay, so the update looks like it's done. Let's try the upgrade now, and the upgrade is also done. So let's check if we have Python. Okay, so we have Python now. So if I do ls, and yeah, we're looking good so far. So if I do python 3 weather underscore up with py, and then I enter the circle, okay, we should be getting our feedback. All right, so this is looking good, guys, and all this is in our documentation here. So if you wanted to set up a new user, you'd have to just run these commands, and I have all these commands in the GitHub readme for you.